I thought Cam Newton would be a little more humble when it came to talking about this particular subject, but clearly I was mistaken.
I can't say anymore. I'm probably already in trouble for mentioning it to we call you normies.
Most of you already know that Cam Newton was the first pick in the first round of the NFL draft in 2011. And well, he went to the Carolina Panthers, as most all of you know. Well, in order for a team to get the first pick in the first round without, making any kind of deal to trade it off or anything like that, the basis of that is that team had to be the worst record, the worst team in the league the year prior to that draft pick, all right? And the Carolina Panthers was that team. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not capable of winning in the future, but it does mean that they stunk up the joint, to put it lightly, like Stephen A. Smith would say. They stunk up the joint the year before. And, well, that means they get the coveted number one pick. And, well, that pick might turn the season around, or maybe they need just another piece to complete their plan, to complete their team. But either way, that's what it is. Now, Travis Hunter, Cam Newton went on Travis Hunter's podcast. He has a podcast. For those of you that don't know, I will leave a link to it in the description box. Travis Hunter asked Cam Newton, how did he handle being the number one pick in the draft? And I thought Cam Newton would answer this with a little bit of humility and still, prop his team up while at the same time giving himself the credit he deserved as being a high pick and performing well to substantiate that pick, all right? He did not. Now, he might have meant well, but he threw his team and his teammates under the bus. And it was bad, y'all. Here's the article. You see it from Awful Announcing. I will use some excerpts from this article. You see Cam Newton bashed by former Panthers teammates after calling them losers. Quote, there was a lot of 2 and 14 in the mentality of guys. Now, I don't want to read this article. What I want to do is go to the actual interview, the actual podcast in question. So that's what we're going to do. Because later on after this, Steve Smith Sr., right, which was also a star on that team when Cam Newton got drafted, had a lot to say. He wasn't the only one, but he was the main one, all right? So we're going to get into this video right here. So before I get into it, for all of you, stop playing the video ninjas. For all of you, stop pausing the video ninjas.
Get out! Get out! Get the stepping!
A link will be in the description box that you can watch this without my commentary or criticism or interruption, all right? If you're still here, thank you very much for your viewership and fair use.
How did you handle the pressure of being the top pick?
Now, here is the main question, all right? Now, there's a couple of minutes before he actually gets into the answer before he gets into the disrespectful piece of this answer. But let's listen, all right? Just, if you would, just make sure you're paying attention.
Well, let's put it in perspective. You're the top pick because what?
We play.
No. You're looking at it from a personal situation. I'm talking about from the professional situation. You're the top pick because that was the worst team in the NFL the year before.
Bingo.
And again, he's not wrong. We just talked about it. He's not wrong. You're the top pick, and you're going to the worst team in the NFL. Make no mistake, that goes with every number one pick. It's been mostly quarterbacks. They go to an awful team, and here in modern NFL times, they're expecting that quarterback or that player to completely turn the team around, which never happens.
Enemy spotted.
Let's continue.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't just I wanted to be the number one pick, yes, but understanding like, yo, if I'm going to the worst team, our guys in the locker room ready to win right now. What Jaden Daniels did as the number 2 pick last year, that's not normal.
Yeah, that's not normal.
You see what I'm saying? CJ Stroud, that's not normal. And those are quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. You could potentially be the first pick, but bro, you have no way of impacting the game like a quarterback does. Right. You can lock down the number 1 receiver, you can make impact plays on offense all you want, but it's still not like a quarterback.
Now, to be fair, I must agree with that. Being a quarterback in the NFL and being the number 1 pick you have to turn the franchise around. Now, being in any other position, yeah, you're going to hopefully do your job at that position, lineman, linebacker, running back, wide receiver, corner. You're going to do your job. But on offense, especially if you get drafted and you're the quarterback, they're usually expecting you to be, the hope of the franchise. Okay. And Jayden Daniels and CJ Stroud are two people in, the last couple of years that got drafted and did well for their team. See, Jayden Daniels turned the Redskins around. Like, they were balling this year. CJ Stroud, last couple of years, he's had Houston in playoff contention. So they're doing well as too, I must admit. So Cam has a point. But, of course, he puts his foot in his mouth.
Issue is, when I was the first pick, I went into a locker room of losers. Just honest, like, guys didn't know how to win. Guys didn't know how to prepare. They didn't take themselves serious to realize, like, we was 2-14. There was a lot of 2-14s in the mentality of those guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro.
Okay. This man said I was in a locker room full of losers. There was a lot of 2-14 mentality in the locker room. There was guys that did not know how to win. Now, mind you, you are a rookie, okay? You're in a room full of professionals, whether they were winning or not, all right? So, yeah, they were losing, but I'm pretty sure they had the will to keep going. They were how many teams were 2-14 in the NFL that or had bad records and they were able to turn around with maybe a coach or a quarterback or whatever? Maybe they just didn't have that last piece. It wasn't that these guys were losers per se. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, again, I know what he's trying to put it in perspective for Travis Hunter, but what you're doing is, like I said before, you're throwing your teammates under the bus. You're calling them losers. Cam, you're calling them losers. I mean, what they say in today's time, full stop, you just call your teammates losers. You said they had 2-14 mentality. They didn't know how to win. Man, that is wild disrespectful, yo. Let me rewind it and let you hear it one more time.
My issue is, when I was the first pick, I went into a locker room of losers. Just honest, like, guys didn't know how to win. Guys didn't know how to prepare. They didn't take themselves serious to realize, like, we was 2-14. There was a lot of 2-14s in the mentality of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, bro, the 3 years that I was in college, I won a national championship at the University of Florida, had to transfer, went to JUCO, won a national championship there, went to Auburn for 1 year, won a national championship there. Then I left and went to the NFL, and you're trying to put me in a 2-14 situation? Like, no, bro, I want to win yesterday.
Bruh, I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this, yo. Damn, Cam. What? So, you was in a locker room full of losers. Yeah, we understand you won national championships, man. You was, high flying in college. We get all that. But do you know the quarterback they had before, that year before? I mean, the nerve of this guy, man. Like, I mess with Cam, because Cam Newton as a player, he was great. But hold on, let me find this quarterback. Carolina Panthers quarterbacks. Who was it, man? Oh, I gotta find this out. 'Cause this guy, man, wow. Quarterbacks, plural. Quarterbacks for Carolina Panthers. Let's go down the list. Starting quarterbacks for Carolina Panthers via Wikipedia. All right, let's go. Quarterbacks. Before Cam Newton, it was Derek Anderson, Vinny Testaverde, Jake Delhomme. I mean, come on, man. I mean, when you came in the league, the team was still like a kind of a new franchise. I mean, you come behind guys that, did their best, but they weren't you, and that's okay. They were still building as a team, and you came at the last piece. I mean, you had Steve Smith in there, you had the tight end. You had guys in there, man. They just needed a strong quarterback, and you came, and thankful for you, and you turned around, got them to the Super Bowl. But let me ask you another question. What did you do after that? What did you do after you went to the Super Bowl? Huh? There's a reason you got traded, man. There's a reason why you faded out. Okay, we don't want to play the video where you're supposed to jump on the ball and you backed up. Huh? But no, you jumped to a locker room full of losers, huh? Let's continue.
To win, I'm here to win Super Bowls. So when your intensity is like that, and you talking to a cat that's like, man, I can't wait to go to Miami. Huh? Miami? Huh? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like we all, it was a culture shock for me, because the games don't mean a lot to a lot of people in the league like you would expect. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has capabilities to be impact players. Yeah. They're just players. Yeah. So realizing that, transitioning that, how can I still keep myself going in a room full of mediocre players that they just happy to be on the team? No. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, bruh. I can't even.
Ain't no fucking way.
Wow. Because I only caught a snippet of this. I didn't catch the end. So basically, when you came in there, you saying everybody was losers, and you was the most impactful player, and people was just talking about how they just wanted to do their thing after the game was over, right? Foul. But let's go here, okay? Let's go here. Steve Smith, senior, 53-man locker room, 1 equals 52 losers. Wow, breaking news to 89. Cam Newton hopped on Travis Hunter's show and dropped a gem about being #1 pick. Ain't that something? Here we go. I've watched and listened from afar as you, Cam Newton, talk about the Panthers. None of us are perfect. Yes, we were 2-14 before you blessed us with your presence. The way you have talked about Panthers lately, I'm very disappointed. I wish you nothing but the best. I'm done. Wow, let's see what the comments say about this here. Let's see what the comments say, because, wow. Steve, how you feel when you won the only MVP in team history and they don't even have your picture in the building? How come Cam wasn't invited to the London trip? How come Cam wasn't brought in to mentor Bryce Young? Man, come on, y'all. Come on. I mean, there are a bunch of losers to have the #1 pick. Also, didn't take Steve long to bail his blank out either. If they were so great, why was he there for the rebuild? Man, I can't believe are they really like taking Cam's side on this? Wow. Cam Newton, you were out of pocket for this. 5 years prior to Cam Newton, 2 years under 500. 2006, 8-8, 7-9, 2-14, 8-8. See, that's what I'm talking. Man, can I get the bomb again? Come on, man. Come on. They had one bad season under probably, I don't know what, the coach maybe or the quarterback, and he's talking about they were losers. 5 years on Cam, 3 years under 500. 2011, 6-10. 2012, 7-19. 2013, 12-14. Bam. I think they go to the Super Bowl in 2015. They were 15-1. Right? So I mean, come on, man. Come on. Let's go back to the article real quick. Let me scroll down here and talk about some of the players were saying that we're gonna get out of here. Y'all saw this already. Steve Smith. Let's see. A defensive end, Charles Johnson, replied to the initial video clip, writing that he has had his best season in 2011 and threatened Newton with multiple stories if we're trying to take it there. Former Carolina Panthers defensive back captain, I don't know how to pronounce that, blah, 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 told The Athletic in an interview that Cam's comments were a slap in the face, and I totally agree. That's messed up, man. I'm going to leave a link to that video, that podcast in the description box, but Cam, man, you was wrong for this, bro. I'm sorry. And I rocks with Cam, man. I think he's the best. I love what he do with Superman celebrations and all that kind of stuff, but he is out of pocket for this completely. All right? Let me know what y'all think about down in the comment section. With that being said, thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just known here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports and entertainment. Let me know what you think about this foul statements that Cam Newton made about his team because he was the #1 draft pick. Down in the comment section, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.